Chapter 6. Meanwhile, back on Bird Island, Melody kept on leading the team to where she spotted 2 eagles.
There they are! Right there under that big tree!
She pointed with her paw.
Oh my gosh!
There, sitting under a big oak tree, were not 1 but 2 eaglets. Despite their young ages, they were as big as an average adult Bird Island bird. The male was light blue with matching blue eyes and had 2 small pointed feathers on top of his head. The female was a pale turquoise with matching turquoise eyes, and she wore a dark indigo and pale purple winter hat on her head. And they both looked very exhausted.
"Oh, good heavens! You 2 look so worn out."
You have no idea, man," said the blue eaglet with a Boston accent. He wearily got to his feet. "Who are you 2, and what happened?" The turquoise eaglet tried to get up.
Ow!
She lifted her right leg up and held on to a big stick she found and used it as a walking stick, and spoke in an Australian accent.
Well, first and foremost, introductions. I'm Crystal, and he's Talon, and we just flew hundreds of miles and avoided certain death to warn you all the coming danger.
Yeah, Eagle Island's leader, we don't really remember her name, is planning to destroy your islands and take them as her own.
Though we don't know why.
That's what we want to know.
Oh gosh, are you hurt?
Yes, I did.
Did you hurt yourself?
Yes, I did. I'm really not the best at flying, so I had a bit of a crash landing and, well, sprang my leg.
Owie!
With that aside, you guys really need to get out of town before you all get wiped out. Our leader means serious business. She don't kid around. Hearing this, Mighty Eagle started to feel even more anxious, but he still said nothing. Actually, we are not letting our islands get destroyed. Fly's right. We're going to head to Eagle Island ourselves and deactivate the weapon.
What?
And face off against her?
Are you sure, mate?
Yes, I am sure. Wait. He looked directly at Talon and Crystal. You 2 are eagles. Talon and Crystal looked at each other, then back at Red.
Yeah?
And you're both from Eagle Island.
Yeah?
Which means you 2 must know that place like the back of your wings. You 2 can help us.
We could?
Of course. You 2 must know their secrets and what ways we can get in without being noticed. So, do you think you 2 could, spare some of your time to help us save our islands? Crystal thought about it.
Well, we do know a lot about Eagle Island since that is where we came from, so I suppose we could.
Yeah, it'd be a lot better than hiding here in the woods. Great! Alright, first let's get you to Bird Village to have that leg bandaged up.
Oh good, thanks mate.
Hey, no problem.
Red, is it?
Yeah?
Any chance you got room for one more on this team? Marcus is my little brother after all, and, well, Mother instructed me to look after him after I found him, so... please?
Melody made big, cute, pleading eyes. Red rolled his eyes and sighed quietly. All right, fine. If you feel like Marcus needs you that much, then I suppose that's all right.
Oh, good. Thank you, Red.
So the birds, pigs, and 2 mice all helped the 2 young eagle fledglings back to Bird Village. At a doctor's office, a doctor bird bandaged up Crystal's sprained leg and gave her some crutches to use to help her walk better. And later, as the sun was setting, it was time for the team to head off on their big mission. A crowd of birds gathered to see them off, and they were growing very concerned. Who could have done this? I can't believe it's gone.
Red, are we going to be okay?
What are we going to do? Red walked through the crowd as he and the others walked with him. All right, guys, do not worry. We got this. Red here has got your back, and your front, and your sides.
And my floof?
Yeah, even your cute little floof. Red playfully rubbed Jay's head.
Looks like you're gonna be okay.
So, are you 100% sure we shouldn't evacuate?
No, Red's gonna take care of us, right, Red?
Yes. Everybody please just stay calm.
Oh, thank goodness. Great news! Thank you!
Here, y'all, we're gonna be okay. Red's here. The birds cheered.
We love you, Red. We need you, Red.
Oh, thank you. Your support means the world to me. Soon they came to the edge of the dock. Okay, Leonard, so where's our ride? Then popping out of the water surface like a rubber duck was what appeared to be a very small yellow submarine. That's it? Aww, it's so cute. Wow, okay, and how are we all supposed to fit in? Oh, I think we'll manage. Boop! He pressed the button on a remote. And then out of the water, under the tiny sub, came the biggest submarine anyone's ever seen. Whoa, okay.
Crikey!
Holy smokes! Holy cow!
Whoa! Oh my goodness!
Chuck motioned for Silver to look up. Whoa!
I've never seen anything like this. Neither have I.
The biggest submarine kept on rising out of the water's surface. Red and Indigo had their mouths hanging wide open in amazement and awe as the submarine finally came to a full stop, which was resembling a very giant pig. Oh my God! The mine bird said through a megaphone. A bird popped out from high above. All aboard! And the team began to board the submarine, while Courtney and Abby had to hold all the luggage. Anyone want to grab their own bag or anything? Red and Indigo were the last ones to board the sub. They both looked back at everyone on Bird Island. Birds were holding up a banner that said, "Are you sure we shouldn't evacuate?" "Don't screw this up, Red!" Red frowned as he and Indigo looked to the other side to see.
"If we die, it's kind of your fault!"
Indigo suddenly felt worried. Dad? Are you sure this is gonna work out? I mean, it's a big mission. Sure, I'm sure. And don't worry, like I said before, you're gonna be with me the whole time. Red took Indigo's hand and held it. I promise. Indigo looked up at his dad.
Okay, Dad. I'm sure we got this. He smiled bravely.
That's the spirit.
So they both climbed aboard into the submarine. Then Red closed the hatch, securing the door into place. Soon, a red flag with a yellow beak raised right under the yellow flag with the green pig snout. And the submarine went back underwater as it left Bird Island. Our camera view then goes underwater as we watch the submarine gliding along through the waters. We then hear operatic singing as the submarine travels along. The opera singing was coming from Chuck, as he was operatically singing in a very angelic way. Silver was singing opera along with him, but Red just slumped in his seat feeling rather annoyed, while Indigo, who was sitting in the seat next to him, was very intrigued by the opera singing. The other kids were occupied and not really paying attention. Fuchsia was reading a science book she had brought along. Amber was looking out the window at the underwater sights. Zach was taking a nap with his helmet covering his face. Winter was listening to music on her portable radio with headphones on. And Fly was adding some riding to his skateboard, Jezebel. Talon and Crystal were resting their wings after their long flight from Eagle Island to Bird Island. And Marcus and Melody simply sat side by side with each other listening to the music. Bomb, pretending he was at a theater, was holding opera binoculars with happy tears coming out of his eyes. Then all of a sudden, Bomb began to sing opera very dramatically. Tears came out of his eyes like a woman's mascara was messed up. And then he dramatically and gently fainted to the floor, finishing his opera solo. Wow. Wow, that was beautiful!
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba! Aha!
Oh, but are we there yet?
Mighty Eagle banged his head on the ceiling. Ow! Ladies and gentlemen, said Leonard as he entered with Penny, Abby, and Courtney. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'd like to introduce you to our master of gadgetry, Gary! The birds, mice, and eaglets all cheered. But Gary just looked very bored. This is it? The cheering stopped.
Huh?
This is the amazing team I've been working around the clock for. Working with what we got. Gary slurped from his coffee cup. Well, that's disappointing. He turned around and walked off.
Well, better us than nobody, mister.
Wow, okay. This is the part where you get up and follow me. Everyone was surprised for a moment, but they eventually followed Gary. He led them all into a huge laboratory. Welcome to my Piggy Gadget Lab.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, yeah. Everywhere you look, you'll see inventions being tested by my team of guinea pigs. And indeed, there were many pigs everywhere testing different gadgets. Oh, this is so cool. I know, right? All the gadgets have been designed specifically with your current mission in mind. Then a small brown piglet named Chip came running up.
Need me to hold your coffee, sir?
Ah, yes. Thank you, Chip. Gary gave Chip his coffee cup. Everyone, this is my personal assistant, Chip, though I'm sure quite a few of you recognize him.
Hi, Chip.
Chip's eyes widened when he saw Penny.
Oh, hi, Penny.
He blushed brightly.
And hello, everyone.
Now, the first being, he opened a briefcase. Invisi-spray. He grabbed a pig with goggles passing by and sprayed him. Need to go undetected in plain sight? Invisi-spray does exactly that.
Wow!
The pig, except for his goggles, completely disappeared.
Wow! I'm invisible!
Whoa! Whoa, indeed.
That's amazing. It sure is.
How long does the invisibility last for? Forever. Wait, what? Then a phone rang.
Tina, we're not going to be able to see each other tonight.
And what does the next gadget do? Like, bury us alive? What? That would be ridiculous. Then he whispered to 3 other pigs in pig Latin.
Ixnay the shovelet.
Some pigs who were carrying shovels turned around and left, disappointed. Now, everyone prepare yourselves, because this next one is really something special. He led them to a pedestal where a silver oval-shaped gadget was sitting.
Ooh, what is it?
Whoa, so shiny. Yes, my friend, bold yet sleek, simple while complex. He picked it up. This device can detect an eagle anywhere within a 100-foot radius. Some colorful spotlights shine down on the device.
Whoa!
Well, how does it work? Simply push this button, and it does the rest. He pressed the button, and the device slowly opened. Whoa!
Wow!
Whoa!
Wow!
Whoo! Ho 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 ho!
Ooh!
There's an eagle nearby! There's an eagle nearby! There's an eagle nearby! The team quickly went from impressed to very disappointed and annoyed. There's an eagle nearby! There's an eagle nearby! There's an eagle nearby!
Oh!
Amber covered her ears. Bomb, very annoyed, covered his ears as well. Gary still smiled. Why, yes! Clearly there is! 3, in fact! He gestured to Mighty Eagle, Crystal, and Talon. Okay, you got us, guys. Oh, brother.
Ah, thanks, mate.
There's an eagle nearby! Red, Indigo, and Silver looked at Gary. This clever little thing will, no doubt, prove to be a crucial tool during your mission. Wonderful! That's amazing! Can you please turn it off now? Marcus winced with his ears folded back. It's getting very annoying, mister! Actually, it'll turn itself off. The voice recorder stopped. Thank goodness. 1 hour after it doesn't detect any more eagles. What? There's an eagle nearby. Red was so angry and annoyed that he snatched the device from Gary and took aim to throw it, but Silver quickly took the device from Red and used a screwdriver to fix it. There. Oh, thank you. Red took the device back. Okay, guys, These gadgets are terrible. Hey, Red, can we chat for a sec? She took Red aside. I can tell you're used to running the show. That's totally great and all, but maybe since we're all a team here, the team waved at Red, a team you put together, maybe you could try to be more supportive. The results might surprise you, huh? Fine. Gary! Woo! Unbelievable. Really, really good stuff. He gave the device back to Gary. You know what? I'm sure I can figure out a plan to, use all this awesomeness that you've,
Great Gouda, Marcus! What's happened to you?
Huh? What do you mean? The team's eyes were suddenly all on the gray mouse, only now he was no longer mouse-sized. Nor did he look completely like a mouse.
She's right. You look like you've changed.
Look like? More like totally have changed.
Changed?
A mirror was shown to Marcus, and he gasped in great surprise.
Sweet mother of mozzarella!
Marcus was so surprised to see that in the place of his mouse muzzle, he had a long gray beak on his face. But that was not all that had changed. He had flight wings on his back, and in the place of his front paws, he had bird-like talons. Not to mention, he had also had a few white feathers in the fur at the end of his tail. But not only that, he had grown a lot bigger in size than before. In fact, standing on his hind legs, he was as tall as Bomb. Somehow, he had turned into a bird-mouse hybrid.
Oh my gosh! Marcus, you're half bird! Wowzer! I sure am! Why, I'm a bird and a mouse! I'm a bird mouse! Holy cow!
Marcus began to examine his transformed body. Wow, Marcus, you've really grown up. Silver looked around Marcus in fascination. Unbelievable!
Wow! Holy cow, what the huh? So you don't mind this a bit? You're not even the teensy tiniest bit freak out?
Not at all. In fact,
I like it!
Red walked over to Marcus. Marcus, are you sure you're okay with this? I mean, he then put his hand on Marcus's forehead, as if checking his temperature. Do you even feel all right?
Yeah, Red. I feel perfectly fine.
But Marcus, how exactly did you turn into this?
Oh, well... Oh! I think it was that weird sparkly blue rock I landed on.
We go to a flashback where Marcus was accidentally thrown far out of sight from the others after escaping from the ice ball.
Whoa!
He bounced off a tree branch and landed softly on a certain sparkling blue, smooth, egg-shaped stone. As he got off of it, his body began to twinkle as if he had fallen into some blue glitter. He shook his head and body like a dog. Wow, that was a close call. Then he noticed his body sparkling.
Oh, what's all this? I'm sure it's nothing.
Marcus then hopped off to climb the tree. We go back to the present. That was the Stone of Muna! You must have accidentally absorbed some of its magic.
Oh, so that's why I'm like this.
I thought he looked bigger. How did we not notice this happening? Too much focus on the adults? Right.
Melody, look at you!
Huh? Melody looked at herself.
Eek! Me too!
She too had the same bird features and size as her brother.
Now I'm a bird-mouse hybrid too! But how? I didn't touch a magic blue stone or something. Wait.
A quick flashback quickly showed as she remembered running to find Marcus and scampering across the same stone. We go back to the present quickly.
Yes, I did.
You know, we really need to start paying more attention to this kind of magic stuff. You think?
Wow, now there are 2 mousy birdies.
And they're almost big enough to ride on. Melody inspected her new back wings.
How long will we be like this?
Well, I'm not quite sure. I'm no expert on magic, but I have a strong feeling that it won't be for too long.
Aw, well that's a shame. I'm liking being this way so far.
I have always wondered how it felt to be a bigger size.
Plus, it's pretty cool to be able to fly and do everything a bird can do.
Marcus then flapped his new wings and flies up a little.
Yeah. Oh boy. Whew. Boy, will we have a tale to tell when we get back.
Then she had a thought.
Gee, I wonder what May would say if she saw us like this.
Marcus fluttered back down.
Oh yeah, she would be so surprised.
Then he had a thought too. Oh, I do hope May is all right being all by herself. But little did Marcus or Melody know that May was in fact not all by herself. In fact, they had no idea that their younger sister was on an adventure of her own with her 3 new friends. Because meanwhile, Zoe's eggs were still on the same cloud. The 3 hatchlings and 1 mouse were now all floating in the water of the ocean.
Oh, how are we ever gonna get up there? I don't know, Zoe. I want my unborn sisters back. Oh, don't. There. Don't cry. We'll get them down somehow, Zoe.
While Zoe cried and May tried to comfort her, Sam and Vivi looked up at the eggs in the cloud, and they both had an idea. Then Sam grabbed hold of Zoe's mouth, and she began to blow air into Zoe as she began to inflate like a balloon.
Whoa!
Vivi also blew some air into Zoe's mouth as she began to inflate even larger, until at last she began to lift into the air. May quickly climbed up on top of her. Sam and Vivi grabbed hold. Sam then gets a piece of seaweed and tied it onto Zoe's beak.
You're doing great, Zoe.
She and Vivi got on top of Zoe, where May was looking very scared and surprised.
Now hold it tight, okay?
They floated up towards the eggs on the cloud. Sam and Vivi gasped. Then they tried desperately to reach out to grab the eggs, but the eggs were just out of their reach.
Uh-oh. Quick, let some air out!
Vivi pulled on the seaweed on Zoe's beak, but it was tied on too tight. He looked down and realized they were still floating higher and higher.
It won't untie! Okay, let me try.
Then her eyes widened.
What? What's the
Vivi looked back and stammered to find out they were floating away from Earth into outer space.
Blum, blum!
She hurriedly climbed back onto the inflated Zoe, and they all screamed as they floated further into outer space. They floated past Saturn, one of the planets of the solar system. They floated past some asteroids. Until finally they floated up to a space satellite. The antenna on the satellite pulled at the seaweed on Zoe's beak and pulled it off. As a result, Zoe deflated and zoomed around like a balloon would do. Then the panel on the satellite sent all of them plummeting back towards Earth.
Don't worry, guys. I'll get us out of this.
Then they all suddenly burst into flames as they re-entered Earth's atmosphere. They went right through the cloud with the eggs on the missing. Okay. They went right through the cloud with the eggs on it, missing all 3 of them. Then they landed on a palm tree and a very small island, and they dunked them into the ocean and put out the flames. Then the palm tree catapulted them back into the sky.
The eggs!
This time, Zoe, Sam, and Vivi grabbed each of the 3 eggs in their hands.
Yay! We got him back! We got you for reals now.
She kissed the egg.
See, I told you I would get us out of this.
But they landed back on the island with a bump. The eggs rolled down the palm tree and then bounced away into the grass. As the hatchlings and May reached the other side of the grass, they saw a big snake called a boa constrictor. She was taking a nap, and they saw what appeared to be Zoe's eggs on top of her.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
May hid behind the hatchlings in fear,